I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous.
President Trump speaking about the resurgence of religion in our country, crediting much of that to young people and to the late Charlie Kirk. And he honored his wife, his widow, Erica, who was in attendance last night at the State of the Union. To discuss this and more, I'm pleased to bring in President of the Catholic League, Bill Donohue. He's also the author of a brand new book, Christianity in the Crosshairs, Ruling Class and Radicals Find a Common Enemy. There it is right there on the screen. Bill, welcome into Bianca Across the Nation. Great to have you with us. Talk to us about not just Christianity in the crosshairs, but the message President Trump is sending about potential to see what's happening in our nation, to have faith come in and save some of us.
You know, very interesting about the president. He's not known personally as being the most devout president, but the one before him said he was a devout Catholic, and yet all Joe Biden ever did was to declare war against every Catholic teaching. What I like what Trump has done is he set up a religious liberty commission to probe anti-Catholic bigotry, anti-Christian bigotry in general, and I've been supplying them with a trove of documents. And he emphasized it again last night, so I kudos to him. He's putting an anchor there. He understands that a culture has to be rooted in something, and if it's not rooted in our Judeo-Christian background, we're in trouble. That's why I wrote the book, because Christianity is in the crosshairs, coming from two forces which used to be on opposite sides, the ruling class and radicals. They've now joined forces in most cases.
Pretty incredible where we are today, and many people say the miracle they saw in Butler. Obviously, President Trump has talked about his belief system and his faith since that. I want to ask you about New York City's Zohran Mamdani, who's getting a lot of criticism, skipping the installation of the Archbishop of New York, Ronald Hicks. He was the first city mayor to do that in nearly a century, Bill. And here we have Cardinal Timothy Dolan, the former Archbishop Emeritus of New York, weighing in on the Democrat socialist, who is the city's first Muslim mayor. This is what he had to say.
I was ticked off he didn't invite me to his inauguration. You know, most of the time the Archbishop of New York, among other religious leaders, gets invited. I was ticked off that he didn't have, he had few Catholics on his transition team. Okay. And then I was really ticked off that he didn't show up at the installation of my successor.
What do you make? Should Mamdani have invited Cardinal Dolan and shown up at Hicks' installation, Bill?
Let me tell you, Mamdani is basically saying to Catholics and Jews, you're not welcome. In terms of Jews, if he finds out that you are in support of Israel, they'll get rid of you. They've already done that. Regarding it begins when back on January the 1st, Mamdani is sworn in, and he has clergy from all religions there except for one, Catholics. Catholics are the largest religious denomination in the city of New York. 1 out of every 3 New Yorkers is Catholic. They didn't get invited to his inauguration. And then on February the 6th, that morning, he had an interfaith breakfast at the New York Public Library. Again, the clergy from all religions were invited except for a Catholic priest. That same day, right up the block from where he was at the New York Public Library, 8 blocks away, St. Patrick's Cathedral, he blows off the new Archbishop Hicks at the installation. Now, let me tell you something. This is not a mistake. He had no scheduling conflict. This is a lie. He's making certain that he has favorites in New York City, and among them are not Catholics and they're not Jews. And we understand exactly his mindset.
Yeah, well, great to have you. And he's getting called out for it. And we all recall during the campaign, he had no problem posing with the unindicted co-conspirator of the World Trade Center bombing there, the Imam. So actions, really
You're right,
powerful
Bianca.
stuff. Bill Donohue, congratulations on the new book, Christianity in the Crosshairs, Ruling Class and Radicals Find a Common Enemy. I hope people pick it up and read it. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
Thank you so much.